This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Deshay Renee Motley.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Are you in need of a hair salon? One might be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing Eduardo Granados with Marbella Salon. Eduardo, how's it going?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for having me. I'm very excited to do this.
We're happy to have you on our show. So, for those hearing about your business for the first time, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I've been doing hair since I was 14, basically. I've studied all over the United States. I also studied in Europe. I really enjoy what I do. It's a very, very fun job. It's extremely um, fun to be able to work with people and make them look good and feel good and provide a good positive energy through our hair art and also um, by a good conversation and staying away from the noise from the outside.
Absolutely. That's a good introduction. I am curious how it all got started for you. What inspired you to get into this business?
Well, when I was like 13, when I first came to America, I was born in Guatemala. I came here when I was 13. Um, I just couldn't find anybody to do good haircuts, and I didn't know what to do. So at a family meeting, my uncle asked me, what would you like to do? And I'm like, I mean, I kind of like hair, art, fashion. I don't know. I'm kind of like into it by nature. So I decided to share that with him. And the next time we met in the family meeting, he brought me a kit, clippers, scissors, and that's how I got started. I was very self motivated. I'm still very self motivated. I love what I do. I'm very passionate about it. I love owning a salon. I love helping other people and being a mentor to our new stylists. I never really had a mentor. I had to mentor myself, but I'm okay. Throughout the struggles and the successes of my career, I've found that um, there's no growth without inconveniences or hardship. So that is the main goal of learning, is to make sure that we sometimes we must put ourselves in discomfort to be able to be comfortable. So that being said, when I was 14, I started doing hair. I immersed myself into the haircutting, primarily business. I would like myself in the library, Houston Community College. Shout out. Um, I would go for hours and hours and hours a day and just watch videos and just motivating myself. And I was really grateful for that intuition and attitude that I had, positive attitude that I had towards the business, because I felt like I was chosen to do this, and I feel really comfortable with it.
Sounds like you definitely learned a lot through your experiences, and I love hearing the stories behind successful businesses. So let's talk about something that people may not realize. Um, what's one thing people often get wrong about your industry?
Well, one of the things that people get wrong about our industry sometimes is really they take for granted what we do. We work very hard. It's a very physical job. We're on our feet all day. We utilize our hands. So it's one of those things that takes a lot of energy and concentration. But at the end of the day, one of the things that people sometimes don't appreciate, the area of expertise and um, what we do. So in regards of um, it will be sometimes people have a higher expectation than it can be done. So it's something that we have to be very thorough with them and explain that we are not going to reach certain goals. Sometimes we have to do step by step, and realistically speaking, we have to make sure that they are fully understanding the process. And also the part of economical part of it, which is extremely difficult for some people to accept that, if you want to go from a box color hair example to a balayage highlights, it takes a process, it takes time, and also, of course, takes um, money. It's everything, as we all are going through a chaotic time in regards of our economy being so high in prices. Um, Everything has gone up for us as well. Rent, products, water, electricity, everything. We're all going through it together. In my part, we're doing our best to keep our prices as comfortable as possible for people so that they can be able to, also take care of themselves, make themselves look good. We believe that by doing this, we will motivate them to become the best version of themselves, and also be able to get out there and be more motivated, either towards getting a promotion, towards getting a job, towards getting an interview, towards fulfilling their own personal self, and um, being more into self-care, self-awareness, and self-love.
Absolutely. Thank you for clearing that up. You definitely build people's confidence. So now let's talk about the people that you do serve. What works best for attracting new customers?
Well, right now I just celebrated July 20th, our 24th anniversary. So I've always been into marketing, word of mouth, networking. So essentially, um, basically logistic analytics, social media. We're very involved in everything that we do, and we have built a big uh, profile, if you will. We are one of the top salons in Houston. I'm very grateful for that. I'm also very humble about it. It's not that I'm not proud of myself, but I just I'm just a normal human being. I don't think that I'm special in any regard. I just know that I love what I do, and I'm gonna give you my best. And I encourage my team and everybody who comes around to have that kind of energy and good attitude towards life, because we will be able to smile and become our best versions again. um, it's a very interesting career where we have a lot of communication. If you really think about it, we're about the only people that are able to touch a person. You go to a doctor, they touch you. A dentist, they touch you. Hairdresser, they touch you. You go to a banker, you go to a meeting. The most you'll do is a handshake. So it's a very important thing to be in the right mindset and have the right positive energy to be able to essentially bring the best out of your own self and that person, and use that canvas to make some beautiful art and just bring out the best out of them, not only from inside out, but also from all aspects in life. So it's very important to us as a team to be able to bring that collectiveness of self and love and awareness to self, to be able to continue moving forward and focusing on what we do have control of, which will be our looks, our attitude, the way we see life, and staying away from the noises happening outside. Focusing on what is important.
Certainly. It sounds like you've built some great relationships with your customers, and we know marketing is the heart of every business. I want to ask you something a little different. Have you ever considered starting your own podcast for Marbella Salon?
Um, you know, I have. Um, I really enjoy talking to people. I really enjoy being like, I feel like I could be a motivator. Well, I am motivating. towards myself, and some people love the way I conduct myself. Um, I never really thought about it too much, but it is something that I actually have considered before. Yes,
Uh,
not just in the hairdressing area, but also in the personal area, more on the uplifting areas, touching basically subjects that are our community is going through, and the changes of life in the world as we know it, but to essentially, you know, promote positiveness, happiness, and how to deal with circumstances that life throws at us. Yes, it's something that I think that is important for the community to have some of people such as yourself that are able to transcend a better world by not seeing just useless information on online. So doing something that is actually productive to self and to others is a very exciting thing to do. I think it will be great. Something that I would love to do maybe at one point. You're
Absolutely.
motivating me, by the way. That's really cool. I really like it.
Yes, those are some very lovely things that you would talk about. Um, and I do want to ask, can we step away from business for a moment to let our listeners get to know you a little better? So, when you're not working, what do you like to do?
Well, when I'm not working, I'm really into my family. Um, I'm also I love to work out. I love to exercise. It just makes me feel very positive. It brings the best out of me. It allows me to disconnect from work and also from the many energies that I've come in contact with. So it really promotes not only health but mental health. And so essentially, it allows me to become even stronger, a stronger version of myself, and also uh, be able to transcend the energy to everybody else. I love museums. I love movies. I love nature. One of the things that people always like talk to me about is like, why do you always like the beach? Like, I like you like the beach, you like the water, you always go to the water. And I'm like, I love the water. The water is cleansing. We all know this. The ocean is like having a cleanse in regards of your soul, your energy, recharging, reboosting. So to me, it's very important to be mindful, meditating. Also, it can be in different ways. Uh, Meditation, praying, being aware of what's going on around me, but more so is gratitude. Gratitude is very important to me. For I wake up every day and I want to be the best version of myself. So for that, I express gratitude. One of the first things I do in the morning is literally, express gratitude. The first thing I do when I open my eyes, express gratitude. I have a big glass of water. I fix my bed. I get to my everything I need to do. So I would consider my life fun. I enjoy my life. I love myself. I love my life. I love what I do. I love the energy that I'm able to provide to others. I love my energy. I'm happy with myself. And if you're happy with yourself, then you found the key to life. You found the key to love. So, yes, I'm extremely happy with everything I do. I wouldn't say that, even if things are not the most challenge, the when things come become a little bit more challenging, I'm able to deal with them better by essentially taking care of my body, mind, and soul.
Absolutely. You have such an inspirational perspective. And it's always great hearing the person behind the business. So before we wrap up, I do have one last question. If listeners remember just one thing about Marbella Salon, what would you want it to be?
Their experience, their experience. I would love them for them to have a great experience, whether they come to Houston for business, to live for hospitals, from all walks of life. We have clients from all walks of life. So, yes, a good experience is very important to me. And of course, backed up by excellent, beautiful work, and smiles and hugs. I'm actually a very touchy feely person. I love hugs. And when you deal with such a massive amount of people from all walks of life, as we are the most international city in the United States. um, learning is one of the biggest things that we do, by integrating with people. So, yes, and a great experience, great art, hair art, and essentially, um, a good memory, basically.
Those are definitely some valuable takeaways. So, lastly, if you could just please tell our listeners the best way for them to learn more about Marbella Salon.
Well, the best way you can find out about us is by going to our website, www.marbellasalonhouston.com, Instagram as well, Facebook, basically doing homework about us. And I do recommend people before coming to us to do some research to make sure they find more information about us. We want to attract people. We want to people to be able to understand that they're coming to a free, um, peaceful environment, so that they are able to essentially take some of that with them home and share with their peers and other people, and try to get that energy bouncing out in the whole world, if you will.
Well, Eduardo, I really appreciate you being on our show. We wish you and your business the very best moving forward.
Thank you very much. I'm very glad that you have me here, and I'm looking forward to someday do it again.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnphouston.com. That's gnphouston.com. Or call 346 643 4871.